That should be good. Yes, baby. Yes, baby. Alright. Cool stuff. Perfect. Video game time. How's everyone doing? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. I think that's what today is. Don't quote me if I'm wrong. No stream yesterday, obviously, because, you know, I was, what did I do yesterday? I had a rehearsal. That's what I did. I had a rehearsal today as well, but it was a bit... Oh, hey, there's a Poe. Transform into a wolf. I was, how they say... It was earlier in the day, so I didn't have to deal with it quite as much. Hello, you just woke up from your overslept nap in time. Hey, look at that. That means me being late was actually a good thing. There's a wolf grotto here. I didn't know this was a wolf grotto. Very nice. We're going to be able to do a lot of those, actually, wolf grotto. I'm going to need to pay attention to where I can fall into the earth. How was your nap? I actually took a nap, too. I took a nap, right after I got back from rehearsal. Scary. This place is full of scary enemies. But I didn't, my rehearsal was later in the day yesterday, and I didn't want to also stream. I probably could have, but I was lazy, so I decided against it. Ow. Is there... Yeah, there's something in here. It was a bad nap? You didn't want to take it? I'm sorry. I love good naps. I don't, like, sometimes you take a nap and then everything isn't real and it's terrifying. Life is so hard. Woo! Yeehaw! We're getting a lot of hearts. We're going to be able to get a lot more hearts probably now. That we both can transform into a wolf and we got the first claw shot. Which means that this was a worthy... We got both a Poe. How many Poes do we have? How's the audio? How's the visual? Is everything working? Is everything good? Interesting little area here. 2 out of 6. This is a thing that the Dusklight, I think, adds. Not that... Maybe it's in the HD version. I don't know. But I know for sure that it's something I can toggle on and off. Everything seems fine so far. Good. Good to hear. But this is going to be another... We're going to try to find as many things... Because I missed a bug. And I missed a piece of heart. We could have had another full heart to fight Morpheal. Okay. Looks like we're going to have to teleport out. That's okay, though. Very cool that they show you right out the gate that there's like a wolf grotto that you can go into and get a piece of heart. Warp! Warp! No pose. Yes, pose. Look at that. Isn't that neat? Okay, so actually we're gonna go here. There's 19 pose there. That sucks. That sucks. So this is a piece of heart that I missed. Big Twilight. Oh, hey! Here he is. I think it counts the entire region. Yes, it does. It counts the entire area that the map shows. It is a letter from Telma. Thank you. I love that. Onward to mail! What did Telma say to me? Do we have... Tinkle, there are some folks I want you to meet to come to my bar right away. These guys will be powerful allies for you. You heard me. Come by. I'll be waiting at the Castletown bar. Waiting at the Castletown bar. Very good. We got the scent of Ilya. Nice. What bugs have we given to Agatha? So we got both of these. We were... Oh, wow. Hey, look at that. Would you look at that? We almost got every bug in the game. What are we supposed to do with every bug in the game? We have so many bugs. Alright, this is a piece of heart that I missed. I did not know that this is one that you could get. As soon as you get... Yep, we're gonna be here for a little bit. Yep, if you continue to pray for peace. If you continue to pray for peace, someday you'll be surrounded with love. You think it's more acceptable to have the smell of Ilya? I mean, like, she's still one of the children. She's just a little bit older. Do we get any more smells? I think we get a smell in Arbiter's Ground, don't we? Is that the next temple? Arbiter's Ground is pretty cool. I don't know if Arbiter's Ground is the next temple, though. I think it is. It has to be, right? All right. Yes, give me the stuff, please. Well, we'll see. We'll see if we ever get the things. Please. How much money do I think I have to give 1,000. I think we've already given... There's the smell of ectoplasm and then the fishy fish. Oh! The reek fish. I remember that. And that is the end. We end on that fishy fish smell. There it is. We got a piece of heart. Take good care of your body, for it was provided to you by forces you cannot comprehend. Okay. Genki desu ka? Thank you, I guess. Ah, we can get our revenge on the star minigame, guys. We can get our revenge. I think the second star minigame requires us to have both claw shots, right?
Hey!
Revenge. This time I come with a tool of power. Revenge! Impossible. Oh, what a happy day this is. The debut of a new star. Showers of applause all around. To the star, I shall give this. There we go. 60 arrows. Why? What? Okay. Hi. Very well. The next stage will be one created just for you, good madame. I would expire should you decline. Please, you must try it when it is ready. I shall remember this. I like that Tinkle's kind of a jerk. That's a good characterization for Tinkle. That Tinkle's kind of a dickwad. How are you doing, European Robin fan? How's your day? Saturday. Happy Saturday, everybody. Why is that the, like... Oh. Bye. They met their star. I'm alive. I will die if you say no, then perish. That's like a Vicomte line. Vicomte de Valmont. I'm pretty sure he does say something along those lines. I have Swedish candy on my desk. It's taking up the place where I usually put my drink, so I'm gonna have to do some maneuvering. Wow, there's a lot of bugs in here. I kicked the pill bug. I didn't mean that. I didn't mean to kick the pill bug. Is it okay? You're down bad for Savage? Why? He's so lame, though. You should pick a good guy sometime. Little mantis, little mantis. If I had sickles like that, I could slice onions better. What do you put onions on? What does she put onions? Should be down bad for the Dark Souls area in Power World. I did see that. That is, there's a Dark Souls reference in Destiny as well. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. You love men of any body type? Well, yeah, but like every single character you've picked has been part of a genocidal regime. That's what I'm talking about. They're all evil, nasty men who commit crimes against God and kind. Ooh, I didn't read the butterfly. That's my bad. I didn't read the butterfly. That's my bad. Is Mallow gonna be opening up the bridge thing? There's also an Anor Londo area shortly after the Cult Temple. That's really cool. Who's your friend? Little butterfly, I want to be wrapped up in that powder too. What powder? Do butterflies have powder? Somebody who knows more about butterflies, tell me. Has anyone seen... Okay, I'm gonna be topical for a second. We love it when I veer into topical. Has anybody seen... You know what I've been thinking about recently? I've been thinking about little Phasmid. I want to tie your long antenna in 2 bows. Please don't do that. Butterflies have tiny scales on the wings. It's powdery-like feel. They're real dusty. I feel like moths are really dusty. I don't know if anybody, like, have you ever, like, hit a moth with a shoe? And it's like dusty. It's like powdery. I guess that's fair. Butterflies are pretty. That is a not very hot take on this channel. I don't want to harm moths. I don't either, but sometimes they get really annoying. I don't usually go out of my way to hurt moths. I don't. But, like, I also hate flying bugs, and I hate them flying near me. So, if there are moths in my vicinity and they're making it my problem, I will hit a moth with a shoe. I will hit most flying bugs with a shoe. Because I am terrified of them. Little ladybug, if I was smaller, I would get on your back and we'd fly around. You do that with a butterfly in Hyrule Warriors, so I can't believe you get your wish. That's so cool. If only we could live our dreams the way Agatha lives hers. Wait, what did it say for the snail? I'm going too fast. Little snail, just once I'd like to take a bath in that slime. I'm running out of ways to react to her unhinged statements. Or it might actually be a girl. That's funny, because snails are famously hermaphrodites. Butterflies are beautiful, but moths are monstrous. Blathers from Animal Crossing. I feel like moths are pretty cute. Little dragonfly, when you look at me with those great big eyes, You what? I don't trust you. Lovingly. Alright, that's all the bugs I have. You got real good at snatching those little moths that get everywhere out of the air, because you hate them. like a kung fu master. You just snatch them out of the air. If you take a bug to her, oops, I can't say anything else? What do you mean you can't say anything else? Why can't you say anything else? What does she do to you? Why does everybody talk about Agatha like that? Like she's some type of witch? She's some dangerous bug-based witch. That's too many people. Back away. That's too many people. I wish that I could coexist with bugs. Not like in a gross way where like my room is covered in cockroaches and stuff because I don't clean. More like in a way that I don't immediately want to blow up and die because there's like a beetle in my vicinity. You know what I mean? I wish I could do that. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that the donation should be open, so we should probably go see if we can do that. Because then we can get this guy happy. Can I turn into a wolf? I go doggy mode. Very nice. I am a human again. Human again. I am. Hey, girl. What are you doing? Why are you just staring at the wall? What's up? I thought that Zoro boy had gotten better, but he's been really depressed lately. He doesn't try to make friends with anyone, and every day he just gets up and goes straight to the graveyard. It's really weird. It's 'cause his mom is dead. His mom is dead. And it wasn't a pretty death either. I mean, no dead mom is gonna be pretty for like an 8-year-old boy, but she also got, how we say, decapitated. I love having 60 arrows. That's a ludicrous amount of arrows. Frankly, that's a ludicrous amount of arrows. Ah! Okay. Sure. Yeah, I'll take that. I love money. We should go get our other hidden skill. And maybe look for some more. Whoa! 7 days. You're a week old. That's very impressive. How are you doing tonight? Happy Saturday, everybody. These bridge can come after the new branch. What? Malomart? Oh, you have to buy out the shop and then? Huh. Is your name Stinkle? My mother came to me in a dream. She showed me your image. She spoke of a youth who would save our domain and steer my fate. One named Stinkle. I must thank you for all you've done. If there's anything I can ever do for you, please tell me. Please. Stinkle, I have so little confidence. What can I do? I cannot even carry out one simple task for my mother. I'm so unlike her. I doubt I'm even qualified to rule. You are a little bit different than her, as in that you're still alive. And, she has had some difficulty in that department as of late. Wait, you're mistaken? She spoke of a ute? 2 utes. Y'all ever seen My Cousin Vinny? I should rewatch My Cousin Vinny. I like that movie a lot. I like Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci, good actor. Bridge repair first and then bio shot. You're thinking about the depressed Goron? I'm thinking about the depressed Goron pretty often. You should probably go to therapy. Oh, hey. What?
Long ago, I predicted that you would come, my brother. Tell me, my brother, did you not see a young Goron in trouble in Castle Town? I would go to his aid in a moment, but with that bridge still needing repairs, it is impossible. Perhaps his fortunes will turn, for it looks like the Malomart is raising money to repair the bridge. This is a fine thing, my brother. Perhaps you might consider a contribution to the fundraising to help me and mine. How much? How much? Where? Is it a donation box inside? Oh, yeah, here he is! Welcome to Malomart! I don't think I'm using the same voices I gave them in the dungeon, but we're working with it. We're working with it. I have heard from a reliable source that shops in Hyrule Castletown are gouging prices, crushing folks under the thumb of commerce. Well, fear not, brother, for Malomart has proposed a townspeople relief plan as an answer to the lamentations of the common man.
Is this, like, Marxist? Are we doing...
You have heard me right, brother!
The execution of this glorious plan. Please, brother! Okay, how much? We need... Oh! Okay, well... Poop. Poop! We need more money! This is the crackhead. This is their customer service voices. Yeah, they're in customer service mode. Perfect. Yes. No notes. No notes. Okay, we're a little bit strapped for cash, my friends, because we gave 950 rupees to, the donation man. We gave 10 rupees to Tingle, and we gave 862 rupees to Malomart, which means that we're out 1,872 rupees. Sorry, I was doing the math. Yeah, Agatha got a massive stock share in Malomart. And we can also get, like, an utterly ridiculous amount of Poe. There's some money. It's not a lot. There is a single treasure chest in the Goron Mines that we could go to. Yeah, is Malomart a publicly traded company? I notice how she's notice how he's asking for donations. Not like, he's asking for donations to do his work in, okay, sorry, I'm trying to think and move at the same time, which is apparently impossible for me to do his work in Hyrule Castletown. He wants donations for it. Wait. You know, we just used money. Hello. Is this a Smiling Friends character? Hello. I am Plum. I'm really excited about the latest attraction down here at the lake. Want to hear about it? This attraction is all about popping balloons as you move toward the goal. It's stupendous. The balloons are worth different amounts of points. Oh, and if you break the same type of balloon twice in a row, you get double the points. If you hit a wall and fall off, then you get no points. That's right, 0 points for you. Press B to start over from the beginning. You know, you get something neat if you get over 10,000 points, right? Not that you ever will. Well, the game starts as soon as you fly into the air. Yeah. That is a Smiling Friends character. That's a Smiling Friends character. Hello. Sad that that show's over. I'm sad about that show. Giovanni, ooh, that's true. We could give him some cash. You captured the damn soul of Poe the Ghost. Do you want to keep it in a bottle? I wish he kept it in bottles, but there's a lot of Poe in this game. There's a lot of Poe, and you need a lot more bottles. Can we get the last bottle? Le birdie. What is that hanging bit that sits on the bird? Guys, what is that hanging bit? It's not a glottal. What is that? What is that called? Turkeys have them? This is a Smiling Friends. I can totally see them getting wrapped up in various mini games. What is watermelon? I probably ruined everything by going after the watermelon. Oh yeah, I should not have gone for that orang because I could have gone strawberries and gotten a much bigger score multiplier. Does anybody have a resident bird knowledge? See, we can do this. We can get this score we need. Never mind. I lost. Start over! But you can totally get it. This is a good minigame theme. IMO. We can get to the big numbers faster if we ignore everything but strawberry. We're here for strawberries. That's it. No, strawberry! I wanted that strawberry! Sag, we missed the strawberry, guys. You can burn me at the stake. No! How do I do this to myself? Try again. We will only go for strawberries. You chillin' with two Zabraxi? That's pretty funny. In birds, a caruncle is a small fleshy excrescence that is a normal part of the animal's anatomy. Caruncles include wattles, or dewlaps, combs, snoods, and earlobes. The term caruncle is derived from Latin caruncula, the diminutive of caro, flesh. That's pretty awesome. I love dewlaps and wattles. Is that what a turkey has? Does a turkey have a wattle? That sounds right. I'm pretty sure dewlap is a Star Wars creature. Pretty sure that's a Star Wars creature. Speaking of Star Wars, why am I so bad? Speaking of Star Wars, was it, who did the, wait, give me a second. I don't know his name. He did the music for the Odyssey. You heart Star Wars, guess why? I hope it's for the awesome world and beautiful storytelling, and the triumph of good over evil over the course of an emotional saga, and the following of one family's drama as they ruin everything for everyone else. I also really like Star Wars. Unfortunately, I am a fan of Star Wars. This is a problem for me, mostly. I have a lot of pain and grief associated with the Star Wars series, due to the fact that being a Star Wars fan is quite a painful experience. But I mean, it's a pretty accessible series. There's something in Star Wars for everyone, right? You got the movies. The movies are great. You got an abundance of, like, TV shows. You got a wealth of, like, novels and stuff that aren't necessarily canon anymore, but they're still good. Comics. You got toys and games. It is definitely a very lived-in franchise. There's a lot of stuff going on for a lot of people. Okay. Well, that's all we needed, right? Like, that's as much score as we needed to get. Ow. He said we only needed 10,000 points, right? Is he sure? What is the most points you can get? It's probably stacking orang and not strawberry, right? Star Wars and Star Fox happened around the same time in my childhood. Might explain why you like sci-fi. That's true. That's true. You probably got really attached to the sci-fi characters from that. 50,000 points, Bird. Pay up. What? No way! 51,211 points! You got more than 10,000 points. Wow. Here, take this. But don't think I'm giving you this because I like you or anything. To Tsundere Bird! The bird is not only a Smiling Friends character, it is a Tsundere. You got a piece of heart. Emperor Palpatine, but he's a racist. No, I don't. Thank you. Okay, European Robin fan, I give you one challenge. Find a character who is not a problematic fave. One character that you could take home to dinner. One character who is not deeply ingrained in a genocidal regime. There's a Poe up here? Okay. Yeah, don't okay me. Don't okay me. This is a worthy challenge. This is a worthy challenge for one such as you. This is a worthy challenge. If you manage to complete it, I will give you the sword from the stone, and you may become England's next king. I feel like that's a worthy thing to do. Poe up here? Poe up where? Poe up. You caught a dragonfly. Okay, that's good. Oh, there's a Poe up here. Because I am a watery tart that's handing out swords as a basis of system of government. Oh, there's two Poe up here. Is there this many Poe in the base game, guys? What's the bear with me tweet? God, these guys are so... They're kind of like Shuppet, Banette. Anybody like Shuppet and Banette from the video game Pokemon Sapphire and Pokemon Emerald and Pokemon Pokemon Sapphire and Pokemon Emerald and Pokemon the other ones? There's a Poe outside the fishing hole? Interesting. I like how the Zoras just do not care. They don't care about a wolf. They don't know. They don't know my power. They don't know my danger. You have the ability to crown someone King of England. Why is your end goal the invasion and usurpation of England? I feel like if I install a puppet monarch, it would be easier for me to then deplace that puppet monarch. Would it not? Am I wrong about that fact? If I install a monarch of my own design, wouldn't it be easier for me to then free England from the puppet monarch I installed? I mean, that's not my evil plan at all. I have no desire to do so. It's because, no, it's that thing where prey animals don't understand the danger of a predator until it's too late. Like the dodos with humans, or the quokka. Is it the quokka? The cloaca. Wrong button. Yeah, but that just seems to be rude to your puppet monarch. It's called business sweaty. Look it up. Can we jump all the way up to the top? I wanna jump up to the top. Very nice. You can. Indeed. Indubitably. I don't know, recommend to me any character to like that isn't evil. I'll wait. I'll wait! I bet you can't do it! I bet you're incapable. That's not the point of the challenge. It's a challenge. It's a challenge for you, not for me. I guess the mailman is a character to like that isn't evil, but we have already established that you like the mailman. This is a challenge for you, not for me. That's why I gave you the challenge. It's not much of a challenge if I finish it for you, is it? Then why would I crown you King of England when I could just crown myself King of England? They're numb from the death of their queen. That could be a reason. Like, I don't even care if there's a wolf in the throne room. My queen is dead. I don't care there's a wolf in the throne room. My queen is dead. I give up on the challenge. Very quick. Very good. I give up. Very nice. Perfect. No notes. What about Jack Baker from Resident Evil? How do we feel about Jack Baker from Resident Evil? I think he's a pretty cool character. Resident Evil 7 seems like a good game. I don't know if I'd be able to play it. I'd probably be very scared, but that might be a good combination. Might be worth playing, actually. Scratch. Okay. Well, now we're in the Hyrule Fields, I guess. Oh, hey. Finish. Finish blow. There's a grotto over here, but I don't know if we can do the grotto. Oh, wait, we still have a big... Jack Baker's not your type? I'm saying Jack Baker is a cool character. I'm not giving him as part of... You gotta finish the challenge yourself. I've been watching... I don't know if anybody has ever... I don't know if you guys are big, like, sitcom review channels, but I've been watching a lot of Quentin reviews as of late because he has appeared once more on my recommended. I'm like, that guy can get what, 12, 13, 14 hours more, probably a lot more. Thinking about it, he probably almost has like 24 hours of reviewing. Okay, I don't have the item for this yet. He can get like 12, or he can get like 9 hours out of a single section of Sam and Cat. I thought that was crazy. I don't know if y'all watch Sam and Cat. I didn't watch Sam and Cat. I was pretty too much older for the audience at that point. But how many of y'all were big iCarly kids? Probably not many, actually. You probably were outside that age bracket. But Dan Schneider is a very interesting figure in Nickelodeon television history. A very controversial figure. And for good reason. But he had a very important... iCarly was a thing when you were younger, but you never sat down to really watch it. Yeah. A lot of his stuff was, like, probably more my generation of TV watchers, I would say. Drake and Josh, Zoe 101. You know, big Nickelodeon sitcom guy. But a very interesting person with a very interesting career. That has a lot of highs and a lot of lows. A lot of lows. You couldn't not see Carly as Meg from Drake and Josh and her being slightly a bit of a... Yeah, I mean, like... Miranda Cosgrove seems like a very interesting person. I always remember her going on that podcast and telling a story about how she almost got, like, killed by a stalker. And she's largely, like... telling the story like it's funny, and it's kind of horrific. She seems very down to earth in all actuality. She seems down to earth and normal, which is kind of crazy for a child star, especially one that got stuck in like Schneider's sphere. I don't know if you guys have ever read or heard of Jeanette McCurdy's I'm Glad My Mom Is Dead. It's a book that I probably should read, but I don't know if I would be, like, okay reading it. You know what I mean? It was like, when I read The Bell Jar. Amazing work of art. The Bell Jar is truly an amazing work of art. But, like, reading it made me incredibly depressed. To be fair, laughing about a near-death experience is a good way to cope about it. I guess that's fair, but it's like, you know, she had someone who wanted to kill her in her backyard, and that's just, like, kind of part of the... That's part of the job, I guess. It's like, whoop, lol, you know? Haha! That's just the way it is sometimes. That's crazy to me. Absolutely insane. That's just crazy. I know that we had a, what, did anybody watch the iCarly reunion show? Did anybody watch that? Was that on Paramount? Where was that? Was that an HBO? Who did iCarly reunion? I don't know, but it was interesting because I really like Quentin's video on Dan Schneider and his career and what he did and what he allegedly did and how complicated and controversial a figure he actually is within both to the people that he worked with and the studio itself and to the people who watched his shows. I don't know. It's very fascinating. It is very fascinating to me. Most of the dynamics of how things are created is very interesting to me. I don't know if that is apparent with the way that I talk about things or the way that I engage with like TV shows and movies and all that fun stuff. I very much want to know the people behind it and the situations that created it and stuff like that and how it came to be. A lot of people don't understand that just having the same names behind a project doesn't suddenly make the project like as good or as magical as the original was. A lot of the times it can be like the exact circumstances and the exact time and the you know, all the interlocking moving parts. It's like Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. It's considered one of the best film trilogies of all time, right? It's considered one of the best film trilogies ever made. People love Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. But there's a character that European Robin fan would be into, probably Grima Wormtongue. Do we have any Wormtongers in the audience? Who loves to worm they them tongue? But but like Lord of the Rings, you know, especially the original Peter Jackson trilogy is considered like some of the best films ever put onto the screen, and especially some of the best like fantasy epics ever made. And then people are like, why is The Hobbit back? Right? Like Peter Jackson came back and he got a bunch of really good actors and he got a lot of the people who worked on the first one, and it's bad. What went wrong? And it's like, well, yeah, it's like it doesn't have... Whoa! That was a lot of damage. I forgot that if you're wearing the Zora armor and you get hit by fire, you take like double damage, which means we just took like 5 hearts of damage there. Ooh, big! Big if true. That we now... Look how cool this is. That's really freaking cool. Grima Wormtongue. Grima Wormtongue. Grima Wormtongue. All around slimy bastard. Not a good guy. Very bad guy. Coward. Kills Saruman in the movie, does not do so in the book. I think that's probably my big complaint about the Peter Jackson trilogy, is Saruman and the Scouring of the Shire was handled poorly. The Scouring of the Shire definitely should have happened. But it's weird, and it happens after the end, and it's like, it matters. It absolutely matters. The Scouring of the Shire absolutely matters, and it should have happened. Stinkle's got herself an op, yeah. I've never played Counter-Strike. I know the op is really good because of body shot kills, right? Is that what makes the op really good? People correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what makes the op really strong. Yep, knew it. Knew it! My stinky gross guy from, he's not, well, he is in the movie, but he's really not a major character. I like, the Mouth of Sauron. I think he's a cool design. But if we're going to talk about characters that we would smash from Lord of the Rings, it's got to be Aragorn. It's gotta be Aragorn, guys. It's absolutely Aragorn. I reacted. How do we feel? Has anyone played the Shadow of Mordor games? Are we big fans of the Shadow of Mordor games? I remember playing the first one. It had a skin system, which I thought was cool. I'm a big fan of a game that lets me use skins. Hello? 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 Wrong? Disagree? Okay. Am I wrong? Do you not just jump off? Actually, the Arctic Warfare Magnum, but copyright of the time, is super strong in Counter-Strike. Waste up is insta-KO and unarmored targets, but has a very slow boots. Oh, jump off with the boots. Okay, That's so funny. I thought I did it right. There's probably so many random, like, there's so many random grottos I can probably do now. But I haven't played it in a really long time. It had that, like, Arkham Asylum combat flow. I know a lot of people really liked the Nemesis system, and too bad we'll never get it. Because they killed it. They copyright it, right? Like, they put a copyright, patent! They put a patent on it. So we will never be able to get it in other things, which is very tragic. Very tragic. It would have been nice. Would have been nice. But like, yeah, Peter Jackson's The Hobbit sucked because it didn't have the conditions that made Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings good. It's like, it had the same people. But it didn't have the same heart or passion. The same desire to make something that would stand the test of time. Also, it wasn't supposed to be Peter Jackson. It was originally Guillermo del Toro's Hobbit, which I'm very sad we did not get to see his take on The Hobbit. He would have been perfect for it. The Hobbit is a very different story. I don't know if you guys are super familiar with The Hobbit. I don't know if you've ever read it. I've read both The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. I like Tolkien's work. I'm not like a super fan, right? Like, I know a bit. Gun autism taking over. The real AWN comes in 300 Winchester, 338 Lapua. Both rounds known for the velocity and energy. The rifle itself has a funny development. Was it the one where they built it in, like, a shed in England, or was that a different gun? I've heard of 338. I'm not super familiar with, like, actual gun, like, calibers. So, but 300 Winchester, I know. Yay! We need money! We should be good for a little bit. He's dead. Dead Dodongo. The Gecko Dodongos are pretty interesting. That's the story of the rifle. 3 guys in a shed submitted the rifle for trials, not expecting to win, but the rifle... Yeah, so it's like the 3 guys in a shed built a gun, and then the gun won. It was in the UK, was it not? I think it's funny that it's been immortalized in Counter-Strike. It's really bad in Left 4 Dead 2. That's what I remember about it. It's really bad in Left 4 Dead 2, because they added a bunch of the guns from Counter-Strike to Left 4 Dead 2, and that one is pretty bad. Oh, that could have been bad. That could have been bad. You have good news! I would love to hear your good news. Please share your good news with the chat. I'm happy to hear that you have good news. We're talking about Lord of the Rings. I don't know if you're a huge fan of Lord of the Rings. I'm a pretty big fan of Lord of the Rings. But, I wish we could have had Guillermo del Toro's The Hobbit, because The Hobbit is weirder, right? It's not like The Lord of the Rings that is like a straight-up fantasy epic. The Hobbit is meant to be for children, but there's a lot of stuff in it that's a little bit scary, a little bit weird, kind of Secret of Nim, Don Bluth-esque. Don Bluth would have been really good for The Hobbit as well, actually. A Don Bluth The Hobbit probably would have hit really hard. But Bilbo, well, it's like he would have had to have his child with a lisp somewhere. And I really hope it wouldn't have been Bilbo. Andrew Tate and his brother have been arrested. I did see that. That's really funny. I thought that was hilarious. I was like, huh. I don't know if anybody is familiar with that, but Andrew Tate and his brother were arrested. Look at that. My shield has block frames even when it isn't raised. That's really cool. British government sent inspectors to the factory, which was just a warehouse they rented out for a day, and they put rifles on various states. They went to lunch. We just want to make sure that you weren't 3 guys in a shed. But they're kind of 3 guys in a shed. Pretty sure that's how cults started out, too. Turns out making guns in a shed is a really good way to sell it to the government. I did see that. I thought that was really funny. The thing about Tate, I think this is crazy, is that he lost a lot of fans, not because of the sex trafficking, and not because of the rape, and not because of the misogyny, and not because of the, like, just insane things he says on a daily basis, or the cavorting with Nazis, or just, you know, the stuff, right? The stuff he does in real life that hurts real people. He lost a boxing match. He went into the ring and lost a boxing match. He got punched in the face, and a lot of people went, "This is not my man's." That's what got people to stop following Andrew Tate. He lost a boxing match. It's just so sad. You know what I mean? It's like, it's real. It makes sense. That's the only way that guy's gonna get a downfall, right? He's gonna be aura loss. The only reason why people follow him in the first place is because he supposedly has aura. Like, but he can be in prison or Romania for sex trafficking, and then he'll be like, "Yes, I will follow you to the end, my king." And then he goes into a ring and loses a boxing match, and they're like, "No, that's not my man's. That's not my man's." Yes, Tate is a lot of things. Tate is a lot of things. First and foremost, he's a very important figure in the manosphere. I don't know if you guys are super familiar with the manosphere. He's a very important figure in it. And that's where he got his name. That's where he started out. He had this kind of like philosophy. He was peddling this philosophy. But really it's just the normal, it's the stuff that got born out of the anti-SJW culture that was in the late 26, especially after 2016, but the late 2010s, the anti-feminist counterculture type stuff, that became the manosphere. He was one of the really big first guys who did stuff about that. That's potty horror. Yeah, he is a chud. Straight up. He's always been a chud. That's the thing about him, is that he's always been a chud. He has always been a chud. But the people who follow him are chuds. This is truth. This is truth. But the thing that made it, like, obvious is that he lost a boxing match. He can't put... He got punched in the face. He can't put his money where his mouth is. Do Poes only do, like... half a heart of damage? Do they only do a quarter heart in the base game? Poes should absolutely do a full heart of damage. I'm sorry. Poes should absolutely do a full heart of damage. I wish I could go through and affect every single enemy's damage on the granular level, depending on how I feel how much damage they should do. That's what I wish I was able to do. Because I think flat double damage across the board loses a little bit of nuance. I don't think Peace should do half a heart of damage. And I think that Poe should do more damage than the half a heart that they do with double damage. I wish I could go in and do the nitty gritty. Do the gritty. But yes, I just think it's really sad that in the modern day, in this day and age, someone can be actively, like, corrupt and commit horrific crimes and be engaged in the, like, enslavement and disenfranchisement and just, like, destruction of lives and people. And that's fine because you think their tweets speak to you in a certain kind of way. And then the second that they, you know, do something that you personally don't think is good, then you can drop them. It's like, no, you should have dropped him a lot earlier. But it's the same thing with, like, Chris Brown, who beats women within an inch of their life, and people still listen to his music. It's like, yeah, but he does stuff for me. And it's like, okay. As, I was thinking about the Odyssey earlier, because I watched a review of it. And something that I think a lot of people don't know about the Odyssey is that it was filmed, a lot of it was filmed in, like, Western, or not a lot of it, I shouldn't conflate that. It was, like, parts of it were filmed in the Western Sahara, and there is currently like a ethnic and cultural genocide occurring in the Western Sahara, and they just filmed a movie next to it. It's like when Mulan 2020 filmed just miles from where the Uyghurs were getting genocided, and it's like, that's just Hollywood for you, baby. They're gonna give the areas that are committing like actual human rights violations money because, you know, it's cheaper to film there and stuff like that, or it has the location that I want. And it's like, okay, yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't think that I saw one person saying a comment where it's like, I don't think that makes Christopher Nolan complicit, and it's like, you could make an argument that him providing the area that is currently committing genocide money is indeed complicity in said genocide, right? Like, you could totally argue that. That is something that is worth arguing. In that you are bolstering the forces that are committing said thing, right? You found a neat new MMO? Might be possible, might need to look, I wish I could. You joined because of the promise of an old school MMO that was based around grinding without being impossible to get and you found it was laughably underwhelmed, but it gave me exactly what I promised. Amen! That's what we're looking for. Sadly, what you saw reminded me why it's not a normal thing anymore. Yeah, it's called Spirit Veil. There. I didn't do anything, but that should tell you that there is what the MMO is. Hey, here's my horse, everybody. I forgot my horse was over here. Hi, I'm a human again. We've been kind of running around aimlessly in Hyrule Fields for a bit. I hope that's fine. I didn't have any real, like, grand plans for what we're doing tonight. Can we get... No, we can't. We need, Hi, dog. We need, what you say, the Dominion Rod, which is a little bit ahead. That's a little bit ahead. Mixed reviews on Steam, $15 US. No subscription service, or is that the cost of the subscription service? I haven't played... I should probably get... I should play more Warframe. I haven't played Warframe in a long time. I have too many games I want to play. I've been playing, I've been playing Morrowind. I've been playing, what else have I been playing? There was something else. Oh, Baldur's Gate. I started Baldur's Gate again last night, and that's probably what I'm going to play after this, completely honest. Is I'm going to play a little bit of Baldur's Gate. Because I actually want to beat that game. I have yet to actually get to the end. I feel like it would be a worthy thing to get to the end too. I think I'll review bomb due to... Oh, interesting. That's kind of sad. What do you guys think about review bombing as a, like, tactic to get things done? Like, when games get review bombed, so that, like, when things get nerfed, or when things get, like, when things aren't working the way you want it to work. What do you guys think about that? I think that review bombing can be useful tools sometimes. Horse is kind of clipping through the environment there. But I feel like a lot of the times review bombing is done for really dumb reasons. You'll keep it in your library and try it again in a few weeks. Sounds like a good idea. Supposedly there's issues with moderation too. What issues? Are the moderators too harsh, or are the moderators too lax? Whoa, what's going on in there? Holy bejesus. I was like, yeah, I should be fine. No, this place is evil and terrifying. Oh, bubbles. Oh, worm. I like that you can finish them. That's pretty funny. Probably not. Oh, interesting. That you can, Is it jumping around? Can you actually hit it with this? Oh, you can! That's pretty cool. Review bombing is one of the only full tools that consumers have to, and that's what I'm like, that's why I'm sitting with it, because I'm like, I don't think a lot of the times that people review bomb, they actually do it for good reasons. Personally, like, a lot of the times people review bomb because something they like got nerfed, and it's like, yeah, it needed to get nerfed, I'm sorry. But also, sometimes it's like, that's literally the only way they can tell the developers that, like, they didn't like it. It's either refund it, but a lot of times you don't get the option to refund, or you just stop playing. Honestly, Forever is a better use of that kind of money. It's not technically an MMO, but it's more fun. I can't say that I have heard of it. I can't say that I am familiar with it. Atlas is technically an MMO, but it sort of plays like one. I mean, I know a lot of people get like, oh, Warframe's not an MMO, and it's like, yeah, not in like the traditional sense, but it's still like a massively multiplayer online game. It just has different, like, and there's like open world segments where you can meet a lot of people and stuff like that, but it's not like Warcraft, that's fair. It's not World of Warcraft, or it's not, Albion Online or whatever, but you know, it's a thing. It's a thing. It's a thing. It exists. I never really got, like, I like Warhammer Age of Reckoning. I don't know if any of you guys have played Warhammer Age of Reckoning. Do we have any Age of Reckoning players? Probably only me, honestly. That would be a fun one to play. Not as a stream, but like something to show off as something that exists. I need to get this boat. Okay, cool. Stop this one. Alice, the game made by Furry, and I want to make something everyone can enjoy, but you can still be thick. I think you should be able to be thick in every MMO. It's not a real MMO unless you can be thick. Reckoning's aight. We got one other person who has heard of Return of Reckoning. In Davin, you should probably be modded at this point. You always know what I'm talking about. You barely disguised developers' interest in games. Yeah, that's the thing, is that they're passionate about it. They want it to be good. I have been reading a manga recently that is the writer's barely disguised fetish, and he's very open about it. And it's a good freaking manga. It's good freaking manga because he cares about what he's writing, and it was born from the desire to draw again. Actually, something that, speaking of manga, that I thought was really interesting, I wanted to get your guys' opinion on it. It relates back to the AI discussion we were having the other night. The creator of Pun Pun, he's a pretty famous manga writer, writes about like humanity and disenfranchisement and like, I don't know if you've ever read Pun Pun, but it's pretty rough. He has come under blast recently because he says that he wants to put his manga on hiatus because he feels like he wants to be able to use AI tools to help him in his writing a manga. And because it's heavily frowned upon in the manga industry, and it's heavily frowned upon by people who read manga, he wants to go on a hiatus as kind of like a protest. He's not going to release his stuff because he wants there to be a serious discussion about actually using AI to help manga writers. And it's like, mangaka suffer deeply. It's a job that will put you into an early grave. Look at how many mangaka have been put into an early grave because of the grueling requirements of a manga writer. And he's like, it's a really useful tool that can help out a lot, especially in like creating backgrounds and stuff like that. And because people, you know, they don't understand the amount of effort or work it takes to do stuff like that. They deny artists a tool that could save them so much time. Nier Automata is really good. Yoko Taro releases it. I just like girls. Yep. Same reason. It's called Darasan of the Reiwa era. And it's like, why is she a 6-armed snake girl? And he's like, I think 6-armed snake girls are hot. And it's like, yeah, no, good. Good stuff. Good stuff. I like it. But, he specifically wants to be able to use, like, AI procedural generation for backgrounds. He wants to be able to, not have to worry about, you know, making a background for every panel, instead have an AI do it. And a lot of people are like, you know, have assistants. There are tons of writers who would love the opportunity to work on a manga just to do backgrounds and stuff like that. You can do, but it's interesting because his specific way he does stuff like that is that he 3D generates backgrounds in Unreal and then uses those 3D environments almost like a photograph for his backgrounds. So he wants to use procedural generation so he can procedural generate a bunch of backgrounds that he can then photograph and use. He doesn't draw his backgrounds. You know, you kind of want to read a fanfic tomorrow? Yeah, you should read a fanfic. A good one. I mean, you could just make some backgrounds and keep them as templates. And that's like... That's the thing, is that I'm like, procedural generation, like, the problem is that generative AI has become so ingrained with AI tools we have already been using. Like, procedural generation is a thing that has existed for, like, what, 20, 30 years? It is an AI tool, but it's different from an LLM. It's different from an image generator. It's different from that kind of stuff. But I also don't agree that, like, it's the best solution to his problem. He absolutely could hire an assistant. Someone who only exists to make him backgrounds. He doesn't need to have an AI tool to do it. There are other ways to do this without turning to an AI tool. But I also, like, I hate that generative AI has become so prevalent in the discussion that things that were AI tools that have been used for a long time are now the same thing. And it's like I was talking to Jake, I think AI can be a very good tool. I don't think that procedural generation is necessarily evil. I don't think that using it in a work is suddenly, like, condemns the work to being horrible. But I also think that because it's being pushed so hard and it's being specifically used to, like, get rid of people who want to do the labor, that it's a hard discussion to have. It's called Professor Uzumaki, and it's where Naruto, for some reason, is a high school teacher in a modern world. In the episode, it's a modern AU. It's a modern AU. Did you guys ever read about... I love modern AUs, actually. I'm a big fan of, it's the same characters, but now they go to high school in America. I'm a big fan of that setting. Avatar: The Last Airbender, but they all go to a high school in America. I really like that as a fan fiction setting. It's the Lord of the Rings, but they all go to a high school in America, and Sauron is the history teacher. You could do that. It's funny. I like it. I like it. It's funny. And I'm glad that it's prevalent. I'm glad it appears a lot, because it's one of my favorites. I think it's really funny. But I've been thinking about the Odyssey a lot. I've been circling that for a while because it's been on my brain. Are we big fans of Christopher Nolan in chat? How many of y'all are big Nolan heads? I don't think I've seen a lot of Sir Christopher Nolan's movies. I've never really been a fan of him as an auteur. I know some people live and die like Christopher Nolan, the way that they do like Zack Snyder. And I've always found that a little bit odd. Like, I get it, you know, people get really attached to a creator. That's fine. But I don't know. Oh, hey. Woo! I didn't know these guys chase you out here. That's kind of crazy. Wow, that's a lot. Crazy. I didn't know those guys chased you out there. I was looking for like stuff to find, but apparently this is just like a big open part of the field that you can get chased by foremen. But I gotta say, I'm really mad that like most arguments against Christopher Nolan's Odyssey is people being racist, because it means that you get lumped in. If you don't like it, you get lumped in with those types of people. From what I've seen, there are two major camps about it, if you don't count, like, the people who want to turn everything into part of the culture war. Is that people are like, this is the best film I've ever seen. Christopher Nolan is a genius, and everything he touches is pure gold. And the other ones that are like, it's nothing like the Odyssey. It's nothing like the Odyssey. You've ever typed a fic as a chat fic? What's a chat fic? Tell me what's a chat fic. I want to know what a chat fic is. You're a fan of American stereotype in some Japanese media. I'm a big fan of the way they do American stereotypes in Japanese media. I love American stereotypes in Japanese media. Good, bad, I'm a big fan of American stereotypes in, like, most media, actually. I love the way that we are portrayed. It makes me laugh. I have a good time when I clap and I giggle and I stomp my little feet and I rub my belly and I go, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. That's what I do when I see an American stereotype in Japanese media, or any media. But, I think something that it has been bothering me in particular is that a lot of people don't treat Greek myth as anything more than, like, a story? You know what I mean? I saw one video that I didn't watch it. I should sit down and watch it, but it's like an hour and 41 minutes long. It's like, oh, you're watching like 9-hour-long videos of Quentin. I'm not watching all 9 hours. I'm going to bed. I'm going to sleep. But like, the video has a very good, where like how Mediterranean and Greek society became Western stories. Right? And a lot of people talk about the Odyssey. One comment made my blood boil. In that he goes, I just didn't like the star-studded cast. It was kind of annoying to have so many huge names. It took me out of the story, right? I wish that it had more, like, maybe less known people, so that I wasn't just like, oh, it's Matt Damon, oh, it's Tom Holland, oh, it's, you know, so on and so forth. And I think that's a fair criticism. I also think it's really annoying when, like, the entire cast is people who exist, like, by name recognition alone. It's my problem that I have with, like, Julie Andrews and stuff like that. At a certain point, the actor gets so big that you're not watching the character, you're watching the actor. Have you seen Epic the Musical? I am not a fan of Epic. I'm sorry. If you're a big fan, that's great, but I have beef with Epic. Sometimes with where characters with similar elements get added to a spiritual IM planet and they can access in their imagination. Is it like where you're in Cyberpunk and the guy's in your head and you can talk to him in your head? What do you think of my Star Wars beloved? I think they're all related to deeply evil regimes. You definitely have a thing for like dark type scrunglows, and this is true of everything. You like the dark type scrunglows. That's fine, that's a type. At least you're consistent, right? But they're not characters I would be comfortable having like a romantic attraction to. Personally, me. I'm not condemning you in any way. I don't think that like you can have a romantic attraction to a fictional character even if they're evil. I just couldn't allow myself to do that. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? But like, you know, he's talking about how, you know, that all the A-list actors dropped him out of being into the film. And then some guy responds, well, if you think about it, the Odyssey was filled with the A-list actors of their era. Athena, Zeus, and I'm like, that's not the same! Those are their gods! They worship those people. They are part of their daily lives. They don't think of Athena as Taylor Swift. They think of Athena as the goddess of war and strategy. She is worshipped. She has priestesses. She has rituals. She's a real daily part of their lives. It's just so, like, I don't know. It makes me mad. It makes me mad that people take real cultural practices and go like, well, you know, it's like, you know, like Athena is like the Ariana Grande of their time. And it's like, no! She's their goddess! That's my big thing about like Greek retellings of Greek myth and stuff like that, is that people treat it just like stories, and it's like, no, these were how they interacted with the world. These were things that made it like real to them. You know, you don't like, if you did like a massive retelling of the Quran and cast Tom Holland as Muhammad, you'd probably get a lot of pushback, and it would be deserved, especially because, you know, the Quran has a very explicit rule about not depicting the divine. You're not supposed to depict Allah or Muhammad, because there's no way that you can capture their essence. And Christopher Nolan would probably get death threats for doing that. But, like, you know, that would be a very real thing. But people don't do that for religions that nobody follows anymore, I guess. But it's like, that was a real religion. There were real people who loved that, who lived by that, who based their faith around that. And you can think that it's not real. You can think that it's not true. That's your prerogative, but it deserves respect. It deserves respect, darn it! Dumb people make me mad, and you have no strong feelings for Epic. I just heard the Odyssey and thought, Epic is related to the Odyssey. It is indeed. Unfortunately, it is also related to the Odyssey. Like, I'm exploring spirituality. So, yeah, you enjoy Jesus Christ Superstar? Jesus Christ Superstar is pretty good. And that's the thing, is that I love Prince of Egypt. I love Jesus Christ Superstar. But the thing about Prince of Egypt is that it was made explicitly to be as respectful to the source material as possible. And Jesus Christ Superstar, I don't think was at all made to do that, but it's also hilarious. The big thing about Jesus Christ Superstar is that it has really unfortunate stereotypes about Jewish people. In most productions, especially considering like the Pharisees and stuff like that. The depictions of the Pharisees usually dip into like anti-Semitic stereotype. So that's unfortunate. It's like, oh, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? They're usually depicted as like business-like. Their music is very, how do you describe it? Very smooth, very, like, they're playing the game behind the scenes. And I mean, the Pharisees, you could argue, did do stuff like that in the Bible, but there's also, like, anti-Semitic stereotypes in the Greek Septuagint. So, you gotta take it with a grain of salt, especially in a lot of different translations. There are people who are more learned who could tell you how to do that better. What song is this? It's almost like the movie media isn't rigid. You can have something being super respectful, and that makes it fun. Is that the one where he's, like, on the boat? Is he on, like, a yacht? Is that King Herod, or is that, yeah, that's King Herod's, right? A lot of people really like King Herod's song. Is King Herod the one who got eaten by worms, or is it King Herod the Second? He got eaten by worms for killing John the Baptist. Was that close? Was that close? Are you kidding? Look how close I was. They didn't give it to me for that? Yeah, what is this howling song? I don't know, this howling song. I was almost in a production of Godspell. I'm a fake Zelda fan, I don't know this song. It's probably in a game I don't recognize. The teachings of old. Well, he jumps off the cliff. According to the freaking Zelda wiki, this is unnamed song. So, it might not be an actual Zelda song, and I retain my cool guy points. I am not a fake fan, because that song doesn't exist. That song doesn't exist. I am vindicated. Oh, hello. Ow. Ow! I don't mean to put all that up. So an original piece, and yeah, I didn't recognize it either. We're both fake fans, unfortunately. That's the truth of us. Ow, 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 ow. What is your favorite song ever? Your favorite song ever? No, I usually don't have it. Oh my god. Help. I usually have my bow on Y, and I put it on X, and now I suffer greatly. You will suffer greatly. That's a, Jurassic Park by Weird Al. I can't say that I've heard it. I think my favorite Weird Al song is probably Hardware Store. I love Hardware Store. I also really like, Melanie. Melanie, why won't you go out with me? I think that one's pretty funny. The bees are gonna kill me! Oh god. Ordonian hornets, am I right, guys? Do bees actually not chase you into the water? Is that a real thing or is that a myth? According to GameFAQs, that howling song is the Goron lullaby. Bum 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 bum. But it's not. It straight up is not the Goron lullaby. Am I wrong? Bum bum bum. I think we've already done the Goron lullaby, right? Bum bum. Bum 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 bum. It might be an attempt at the Goron lullaby, but it's not correct. Yeah, that's what I was trying to. Can I put the how do I put the Okay, we're good. Am I gonna get a good fish? They're going crazy over the freaking. You got a Hylian Loach. Yay! Is that all we needed? Answer to the favorite song, Antonymph by Violet Pony. Antonymph. I can't say I'm familiar. Is a parody of the song MacArthur Park, which is a song I have never heard before. There's probably a lot of like Weird Al parody songs that I can't say that I'm super familiar with. Antonymph. Did I not say that wrong? It's a good song. Antonymph. 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 Did I say it wrong? I thought I said antonymph. Antonymph. Look at them go crazy for it. They want it so bad. They want it so bad. Achievement. Achievement unlocked. We got a fishy. Oh. Wow, guys. We got a boot. Is that like a actual real like fishing? Do people often catch boots? Is that real? Do people catch boots often? Are we boot catchers? Yeah, I don't think you should wear that boot. There it is. Is there a bigger Hylian Loach somewhere? Does catching fish do any... I'm asking a lot of questions, but does catching fish do anything for us, or are we just catching fish? Are we just catching fish to catch fish for the sake of catching fish? Who's that guy up there? Should we go talk to that guy? Fishing is for completion. Boots might be a thing from Mafia Run areas for obvious reasons. Obvious reasons. It's like in Cyberpunk when you find the Meredith Stout at the bottom of the lake. It's technically a true 100%. That's a story guy. We should talk to him then. What other fish do we need then? Because we got two. We got two fishers. I don't know. I think that's my big problem with like Greek retellings. I thought it was about time for you to arrive. Sorry, putting this on hold while we talk to Storyman. Master Stinkle, is it? You do know Telma, don't you? I am Aru. I am part of the group that Telma kindly allows to meet at her bar. I have heard all about your deeds from her. Now, you being a courageous youth, you have likely heard of the strange events in the desert and come to investigate, no? Or am I mistaken? You do know, don't you, Master Stinkle? The Gerudo Desert once held a prison built to hold the worst criminals this land has ever known. The criminals who were sentenced to death were sent directly to the underworld by a cursed mirror that was kept in the prison. Now that prison is condemned, and even the road leading to the desert is impassable. The desert at World's End. It still holds the cursed mirror and the malice of the doomed inmates. These old bones know that the evil currently plaguing Hyrule is related to this wicked place, so I have come to learn the truth. Master Stinkle, I must ask, what will you do now? Don't tell me you plan to enter the desert and confirm my suspicions with your own eyes! Yes, I do. Ah, is that so? Then let good old Aro help you out. You see Lake Hylia below us? A man named Fire runs an amusement ride of sorts there. Give him this. You got Aro's memo! Aru wrote this to Fire. Thank you. See, long ago I saved this man Fire's life, and now he cannot refuse me if I ask a favor. If you leave the rest up to Fire, all should go well. Okay, interesting way to phrase that. I know there's a fish in a fishing hole if you would not believe it. No way! Well, I mean, master can actually be gender neutral. I think master can be a gender neutral term. Alright, go to bed. I'm not going to the desert yet, but good night. Thank you for saying hello. I hope you sleep well. Bum, 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 bum. That is straight up just not true. They're wrong. That's not the song. Game Facts should, like, get better facts. What is at the top of that? Is that money? Is that money? Alright, my friends. We need to... Okay. Oh boy. So this is all Poe souls. This is all Poe souls. We can get... Technically, we can get, what, 29 Poe souls? Holy bejesus. Did you know that the guy's name is Chudley? What's your opinion on God Hand? I have never played God Hand. I've heard God Hand is really good. I have never played God Hand. That's my bad. Isn't it weird? I don't know much about it. I have never seen a playthrough of it. I know that a lot of people really like it. The Spinny Top Chicken game would have to be money. Chudley, the guy who runs the Emporium in Castletown, is Chudley. The first way you spelled it was right. That's his name. The guy who runs the Emporium in Castletown is named Chudley. That's really funny. Good for him. Good for him. I can't believe they predicted it. They knew that he was a chud. That's awesome. Sorry, that was my bad. 138, right? That's all we need to give? Glorious day! East Castletown to Hyrule Field, brother. Those corrupt, price-gouging shops in Castletown are officially on notice. Soon they will rue. Wow. So... we gotta help out the East Gate Goron. Time to go to the East Gate. Yeah. Eastern Bridge has been repaired. We're so good. We're such good people. Okay, we gotta get over to the east, though. And the bridge that is here is still broken, is it not? Which side is east again? Is this east? I'm so bad at telling my lefts from my rights and my east from my west. Oh, I was talking about the Odyssey. What was I talking about the Odyssey? Greek retellings? Something about it. Another thing about the film that I've heard, I haven't seen it, so take everything I say. This is not a review from someone who has seen the film. This is someone who's second-handing information to you guys. I remember seeing someone talk about that they did a lot of stuff where, shower myself in some piping hot spring water. Alright, so now we gotta go back. My bad. They do a lot of, like, the rituals, like the haruspecs and stuff like that, that were of the time. And, like, for the Greeks and for the Mediterranean people, that was just the religious practices of the time. And, like, yeah, animal sacrifice, I don't think has a place in the modern day. But it is a religious practice of people throughout history. And they did a lot of that stuff with, like, scary... They tried to make it scary with, like, cuts and horror lighting and stuff like that. Again, I haven't seen it. But I have heard that a lot of the movie is actually kind of fearsome, kind of scary for people to watch. And it's like, that feels bad to show a real people's, like, historical religious practice as, like, as if it's a horror movie. I mean, people do that all the time with, like, Christianity and stuff like that, and that's fine, I guess. I don't know. I think it's just dumb to do that, to get, like, easy shock factor. Easy shock. Oh, no! Did I get... Holy bejesus. Did we disconnect? Yeah, they don't. Did we disconnect? Are we still disconnected? Are we still... Hello? Aw, man. Aw, man, we disconnected. Hello, are we there? Hello? It's me. They didn't want me to talk about the movie anymore. I'm talking too much about the movie. Oh, how am I supposed to... Alright, are we back? Is everything good? Hello? Lovelies? I missed you so much. I was sent to the Shadow Realm. Sorry. I don't know what that was about, but I couldn't go back up. Everything should be good now, I hope. Everything should be fine. Everything should... I mean, I think it's connected. But I'll have to wait until... Do you think... No, my internet is bad. My internet is the one that's gunking everything up. You should be fine, hopefully. My internet has been the one that just decided to poop out. It was, just decided to give up. Which I apologize. That was not great. I don't know why it did that, and I'm sorry. Hopefully it holds out for a little bit longer. I think getting Castletown set up, the Castletown Mart set up, is worth it. You made a donation, did you not? Even though my young one in the Castletown fails to return. Somewhere around the East Gate. Here's the plan, my brother. I will prepare some hot spring water, and you will douse that young one to revitalize him. Yes. I'm counting on you to make the run, my brother. Hot spring water cools as time passes, so if you do not hurry, you will end up with plain old cold water, my brother. Here we go. We gotta go. Things are normal now after a couple of refreshes. I was also doing some... Yeah, it definitely was my internet, unfortunately. So I apologize about that. Serpentine! Serpentine! He can't hit me if I'm doing serpentine. No, not levers! Oh, poop. How am I supposed to do this, then? You can't put it down, can you? Maybe you can, and I'm stupid. Oh, I hate the levers in this game. They're very annoying. That's sad. We gotta go back. That's sad. We gotta go back. Can you put down the, to deal with the enemies? Or do you just have to hope to not get hit? I got attacked by enemies, sir. They're very annoying. Yeah, but... Do you... You don't... But how much does the super armor cost? I mean, I did get a couple more bugs. But I don't know if... But do you not stagger while you take damage while wearing the armor? And I'm pretty sure that it takes 2,000 rupees to buy out the castle town shop, but if you help the guy, it's less expensive. Because I still need to use 2,000 rupees to buy out the castle town shop. You can buy out the shop, but it's 2,000 rupees, and I don't want to farm 2,000 rupees. I want to help the Goron first. Hey, that's a Poe. We should go get that Poe. Is there a guy? No. Okay. Cool. Can I go up? I would need 2,000 rupees and then however much it costs to buy the armor. And I think that it would be better to just try to get through it. We just need to put it down and shoot the levers, I think. That pose should be easy to get, though. There probably is, but I don't wanna farm the 2,000 rupees. I wanna do it first. No, they do a full heart, it looks like. I wish that they did two full hearts. Transform into a human, please. Hi. Bye. Give me more water so I can try again. Yep, I will try again. Bye-bye. Maybe... Oh, come on. Those things suck. They're very annoying in this one. Very annoying enemies in this one. The levers typically aren't that annoying from, like, the other games. Oh, I only have 37 arrows. I have been using them. Because, I get 60. No! Are you joking? What do you mean? They're like, oh, you only have a limited time. It's not the time limit. It's the enemies. I think I hit it with my own sword to get that bird to leave me alone. Oh man, this is gonna take a couple of tries. This escort quest is much harder. The bird hit it? It's the bird's fault. This is a much harder escort quest than the cart was. The cart was much easier than this escort quest. The water is a very, 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 very fragile escort. Maybe it's harder at night? Maybe it is. Maybe it is harder at night. Let me just, like, hard stick to the edge here, then. We're not gonna go through the middle. We're just gonna stick to the edge here. He's gonna shoot at us, but I think we did okay getting around him last time. But, like... Let's see if this gets us to where we need to go better than... Ah, no levers spawned. Yeah, okay. Let's just stick right to the edge. Right to the cliff. The cliff is the safest place. The only place we can run. Actually, this might be the strat. At least it's peaceful music. Yeah, no, none of the enemies attack you if you just stick to the cliff. Huh. Okay, interesting. Say, is that some Kakariko hot spring water you have there, brother? If you poured it on me, I'm sure it'd restore my strength. Oh, he's awake.
I feel rejuvenated. That smell, that heat. It is spring water from back home. Well, I'm going to get back to work and open up shop.
Very good. There's no night-day enemy difference aside from pose and dogs. But we didn't get attacked by dogs. We got attacked by birds. We got attacked by birds. Scary freaking birds. They were terrifying and horrifying. Oh, hey, there we go. Another piece of heart. Okay, nice. I don't know how many we have, because how many hearts do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 24 heart pieces. Pretty real. Alright. Gorons do indeed have rock nipples. This is a true fact about them. Do you think that rock nipples never or are always chafing? Do you think they never or are always chafing? Because I feel like it could be one or the other. I don't know much about Goron physiology, but what I do know disturbs me. Why do Gorons have nipples in the first place? Do they breastfeed their young? Is there such a thing as Goron milk? How do they have young? To me, it seems like Gorons would just get big enough that they shave off bits of their stone, and that stone becomes more Gorons. That would make the most sense to me personally. Oh. I don't know if people like that, but that's what makes... I gotta eat my bugs. If they chafe, then they'd smooth out, I think. They probably do. That's why they don't wear shirts. But they wear clothing, right? The Gorons in Ocarina of Time did not wear clothing because they didn't have anything to cover. They didn't have a modesty to preserve. But the Gorons in Twilight Princess do engage in the act of wearing clothing, which means that they have a modesty to preserve, right? That would be the assumption. Oh, pose gone. Sag. Sag. Well, we're 14 pose deep. Age rating shenanigans? Even then, the Zoras, who have obviously feminine body shapes, do not wear clothing. So I think, like, the fundoshi, which is what they're wearing, that's called a fundoshi, it's a traditional piece of Japanese underwear, implies more than if they were just naked.
Was there a landslide or something? What are you doing here anyway, brother? Are you trying to pass through here? Hey, brother, you smell like they have some hot spring water there. If I took a drink of that, I'd probably feel so strong I could probably get rid of these rocks. Well, if you want to get through here, could you give me that hot spring water you have there?
Here you go, brother. Yes, this is true. Lady, this is true. But what I'm saying is that if the Goron just had Ken doll anatomy, it would imply less than the Goron wearing underwear. Do you see what I mean? The fact that there is censorship at all implies that there is something to censor. It's the similar with, like, when they censored Ruto's fish titties in the Ocarina of Time remake. It implies that there is something to censor. The fact that the fish titties in this game are not censored, you know, implies that there's nothing to censor. The second that you put a censor bar on something, it makes it worth censoring. So the Gorons wearing underwear means that they have a reason to have modesty. If they didn't have clothing at all, then they would not have a reason to have modesty. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? The Gorons in Ocarina of Time had no reason to preserve their modesty because they did not wear clothing. So I'm just confused why they make. I'm just confused about Goron physiology. It reminds me of because I figured out maybe it's the culture things because they picked up a sumo wrestling, but they wouldn't have a cultural need for clothing. Sumo wrestling seems to be entirely invented by the Gorons, right? And yeah, you do traditionally wear like a fundoshi in sumo wrestling, but you don't, like, if humans didn't have things worth covering, we probably wouldn't have invented clothing, right? Because, like, a lot of animals don't have a concept of modesty because they don't need clothing. So the Gorons having a concept of modesty implies they need clothing. Sumo, like, if you're assuming that sumo was invented by human beings, then yeah, them adopting the traditional clothes of sumo wrestlers would make sense. But this world heavily implies that sumo wrestling was invented by the Gorons. And since sumo wrestling was invented by the Gorons, they wouldn't need sumo attire unless they had things worth protecting. You know what I mean? Do you see what I'm talking about? Clothing implies modesty. The fact that the Zoras do not wear clothing implies that they have no need for modesty. The fact that the Gorons do wear clothing implies that they have a need for modesty. It reminds, so I figured out what Colin's mom is named. I looked on the, what happened? Nothing. We built a bridge and we threw some water at a rock man. I looked up what Colin's mom was named. Her name is Uli. She is... Yeah, Gorons wear clothes and it's confusing why they do. This is true. This is a true fact. Her name is Uli, and she is the only Legend of Zelda character in any game to be shown pregnant throughout the course of the game. Life has returned to both this village and Castle Town. Which, it reminds me of what George R.R. Martin said, and this is kind of like what I'm digging at too. George R.R. Martin said that you cannot assume that humans give birth and get pregnant the same way they do in real life unless you show it, right? And George R.R. Martin is pretty famous for showing some really unflattering or gross things in his novel, but when you, in his novels, my bad, it's not one big book, it's a bunch of books. But when you consider that that's his philosophy, that he wants to show that the humans of his world work like the humans in real life, and he thinks that the only way to do that reliably is to show them engage in human actions, it kind of makes sense, right? And that's the thing about Uli, is that she proves that humans in the Legend of Zelda world get pregnant and give birth the same way that humans in the real world do. That's really funny. And we save money for the economic development of Castletown! But in order to reach our... Yeah, see, it's 200 rupees. So if we didn't give the hot spring water to the other guy... if we didn't give the hot spring water to that Goron, that would have cost us 2,000 rupees. But since we gave the hot spring water to that Goron, that cost us 200 rupees. It's 10 times less if we do it. Yep. So that should make us feel a little bit better. And we'll have the magic armor. I'm excited to see what the magic armor actually looks like. I'm excited to see what the magic armor actually looks like. On the character. Oh, hey! It's the mailman! He's onwards to mail! It's a letter from Malomart. If you say so. Well, my business is concluded. Onward to mail! That's a really good catchphrase. I love you, Mr. Mailman. I love you, Mr. Mailman. Mallow Mart, the hero of discounts, is finally open in Castletown. We've got all you need for the upcoming trip, and we offer it at unbelievable prices. Grand opening special. 1 magic armor. The magic armor is worth the price and function alone. Soon to be the best song in the entire Twilight. What is the best song in the Twilight Princess video game? Oh, yes it is. Yes it is. Unfortunately for Inthaf and that, they had to go to sleep before we experienced the glory and the joy that is Mallow Mart. Mallow Mart. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Does it open immediately? Because the bridge was constructed immediately, so it would make sense for it to be opened immediately, would it not? Does Epona want to go through this big, dark, scary tunnel? But Epona won't... Yeah, it won't, Epona won't go any farther than this. Run from me and die. I'm so glad that the Boldlings now die in like 2 hits. That's really nice. I hated having to hit them with like 4 hits to kill them. It was very tedious. It was very tedious and unfun. But I'm glad that they now die in like a couple hits. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Excuse me. Pardon me. Yes, you're all in my way. Here we go. Now it doesn't matter if our shoes are dirty. Welcome! Welcome! The hero of discounts, Mallow Mart, will be a legend in Castletown. Come on in. Welcome. Take a look at our wares. Mallow is gonna make his parents very rich. Sell it! I'll take one. I'll take one. I don't really want one, but I'll take one, by gosh. Buy one. Get one. I love this dance. If you want one, then get one. Sell it to me! Hi, Chudley. You'll buy it now if you're smart at Mallow Mart. Welcome, welcome. Grand opening sale going on now at Castletown Mallow Mart. 20% off? 30% off? Of course, why not? We look out for you, the hero of discounts, that is us, Mallow Mart. Buy it now if you're smart. Wow. Yes, the... Does he seem happier or more dead inside? Made by Bonds Co. Only Mallow Mart can deliver these savings. These endangered creatures have been successfully propagated. Wow, that's awesome. Magic armor. We still need to make a little bit of cash. We still need to make a little bit more money. Oh, there's a big statue of Mallow up there. Has anyone ever seen that before? Can we buy that? That is a really good shop theme. Gotta say, that is a really good shop theme. We still don't have as many Poes as we need to get, like, our first reward from Giovanni. I don't know if we can get any reward from Giovanni yet. Hi, kitties. Remaining 6 ghosts. Oh, but that seems really lame, Giovanni. That seems really lame, man. The cats don't count. You understand that, right? The cats don't count. The cats, they don't. Okay. Gotta find another way to make cash real quick. You think announcement part of the song is for someone saying an actual announcement? Yeah, I'm wondering if it is from something. It sounds like nonsense words. I wonder where they sampled it. I have not been able to see where they sampled any of the sounds for the Malomart theme, which is tragic because the Malomart theme is hilarious. It is pretty hilarious. Ow. That freaking hurted. Okay, what's a good place to make money real quick? Does anybody remember? What was the hole you were talking about earlier, Cobalt? Those guys don't even drop, like... This scary Cave of Ordeals, I think is... Well, we can't do the Cave of Ordeals all the way through yet. So I think I'm gonna leave it for a little bit. Do you think this has a grotto? This probably has a grotto. Oh! Wolf grotto! Wolf grottos are very interesting to me. Not what I want to do. I think it's interesting how they knock you over. I wonder if this is going to be a piece of art. I hope, like, for the first time in my life, I kind of hope it's, rupees. Usually I'm like, yes, I want a piece of art. Yep, one down. Is that all of them? Got it. There is 50 rupees in, I'm pretty sure it's 50 rupees in the Goron Mines, if we want to go for that. Yeah, there it is. That's 100. Not bad. That's exactly what we needed. The top of the church? Is there money on the top of the church? We will do that. Is there money on the top of the church? I have more pieces of heart than the guide says I should have right now, so I must have done something. I must have done something to get more pieces of heart. I don't know which ones, because it says I should be on 22. Or maybe I just did it out of... I definitely did it out of sequential order. I did some random piece of heart getting before... I wonder if I can have 11 hearts for the Gerudo Training Ground? Maybe even more. Maybe even more. There might be... Like, I'm wondering how much you can get before Gerudo Training Grounds. Or, I guess it's not Gerudo Training Grounds. It's, Oh, wait, no, I need to go to center. Hi, hi. Those are my adoring fans. They're purple, green, and red. Shoot a bomb arrow at the church bell? Do I gotta do... Is that money or piece of heart? Because I'm excited about either, really. Alright! Let me buy. I'm excited for how this looks. Yes, I would love it. You bought the magic armor! Oh, I'm terribly sorry. The customer that was here right before you picked up that one. Alright, let's see it. What do we think? She isn't wearing a hat! That's kind of evil. Where's her hat? Where's her hat? She doesn't have a hat. She's just wearing a little tiara. Oh no. We are now out of money. But the thing is that when we have this cheat on, we can wear it without it weighing us down, which is pretty funny. Now we can just wear it for the fashion. But that is pretty funny. It eats rupees pretty fast, huh? I mean, we only had about 20, but it eats them pretty quick. That's a pretty cool look, though. I like the armor designs that they did for this. We are very heavy now. I wonder how much time and effort it took to get this mod finished. Probably so much. Probably so much. How many times have we warped to Kakariko in this stream alone? Probably like 19 times. Or a Calcum. I really like Orcish armor in Morrowind. It has a very, like, it looks like samurai armor. It's very, Japanese style armor inspired. And I don't know, like, Elder Scrolls used to have a lot, and I mean a lot of, like, Japanese inspiration. The blades had katanas, and their armor had that kind of look for it. Or Orcish armor. Oh, he's scaring everybody. But they lost a lot of that as the series went on, going for more like generic Western fantasy, and that's not bad per se. You got a silver rupee? Wow, that's pretty crazy. How are you? I'm doing well. You need to stop watching Roanoke Gaming before bed. I love Roanoke. I think that is really cool content. Huzzah! You've done it again! Welcome back. My stream died. Welcome back. Okay. I mean, can we finish? We did the star game. It says we can get more pieces of heart. Okay. I mean, I guess we're just doing like a collectathon. The next Poe reward is a bottle, is it not? I need to go see the dog. I need to go see a man about a dog. We could get a really easy piece of heart in Lanayru Spring, apparently. But first, let's go see a man about a dog. There's Munneries and why is there so much? You won't deny that it is epic. However, you have a phobia of microbiology. You don't like germs? It makes you queasy. Yeah, I mean, that is kind of really scary that you are filled of like trillions of small creatures propagating at any moment, and they could also kill you. That is pretty rough. Maybe that doesn't help. Maybe I shouldn't word it like that. But yeah, like microbiology and pathology, especially because like at any moment we could just all die because of something that we can't really fight against. Yeah, that's scary. That's pretty freaking scary. I really like zombie stories. I really like zombies as a horror movie monster. I can live with it as long as I don't think about it. Amen. So don't listen to me talk about it. I really like zombie horror movie stuff, zombie horror games and stuff like that. But zombies scare me so bad. They actually scare me so bad. And I think that's why I keep interacting with like zombie media, because it's a way to acclimate yourself to it, I guess. I didn't need to do this. Yes, yeah, your immune system not knowing about your eyeballs is more than fair. It's like, I'm aware. And forensic science, it's really cool, but it's also really scary. What about the Shrike? Are we a big fan of Shrikes? But, I really like his stuff on the biology. I really liked his video on Train to Busan. That was really cool. His video on the Left 4 Dead Infected, of course, is really good. Alright, the next time we meet him is gonna be... Oh, yes, I absolutely do. I must do the backslice. Yeah, Agatha's just vibing out here. Yeah, they do. They love to impale things for some reason. Ooh, Helm Splitter. I'm a big fan of Helm Splitter. Again, something that the Hero of the Winds could just do, by the way. Didn't need to be taught by, like, some revenant how to do it. Whoa, I'm doing a cool spin move. Impressive. Do not miss your chance to land a Helm Splitter with A after your shield attack. Woo! It's been passed on. I do like the Helm Splitter a lot. How come all these cool moves never came back? They should have been in Skyward Sword. You love the hero Shade? He's pretty cool. He's the hero of time from The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, because this game really likes talking about The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Mortal Draw, I think we learn in Gerudo Desert. Yep. I think Mortal Draw is in the Gerudo Desert. Hey, look, brother. The way is now clear, just as I promised. I do not know where you are headed, but be careful. I'm waiting for the time to turn to night so we can kill the Poe that's hanging out here. According to the guide, we should be able to get 29 Poes. But that sounds like a lot of ghost hunting that I don't want to do. Your favorite video that nearly caused you fame was the Burning Man of Brazil. Where the tribal farmer got hit by a cosmic ray and scrambled DNA to the point he... Yeah! What was up with that? Why did that happen? Why could that, like, he just got hit by the sun and then suddenly started decomposing at the cellular level? Why did that happen? Why could that happen? Why is that a thing that you can do to someone? It's evil. Why is that a thing that the sun is allowed to do to people? Apollo, get off your chariot and apologize to that man. I don't usually watch his real life stuff though, because I don't know. I true crime and stuff like that, like stuff that's made off of. I'm interested in it, but I feel like a lot of the times the suffering of real people is exploited to make like. Agatha would not mind if she saw us turn into a wolf. Agatha is cool. She would not care if she saw us turn into. It was night, yeah. So. It was maybe even Alpha Centauri. It was the aliens from Alpha Centauri. Yeah, Agatha would be totally cool if we turned into a dog in front of her. She's cool like that. Hello! You got the postal. Very cool. What do you mean I could just turn into a human in front of her? But I can't turn into a dog in front of her? How does that doesn't feel right. I could just turn into a human right in front of her. And like that didn't get any pushback? But me going doggy mode in front of her? Yeah, I was behind her like when I tried to turn into a dog too. She was walking past me. That's so silly. The Goron. The gore. Yeah, that's what you guys are saying, that like she was facing away from me, but she was facing away from me earlier. I think Agatha just doesn't count. I think Agatha doesn't count. I think it's if I'm away from the Goron's eyesight. The Goron is the only one who counts, not Agatha. That's fascinating. Big if true. Huge if freaking true. Agatha, because she's kind of like a transient, like she's moving, she doesn't count. That would be huge. I think we could get our last couple of bows out here. Which would get us our last bottle. I mean, no, we can't. I thought we needed, less than what I had. I mean, there's another one up there, but I don't know how to get up there, and I don't know if we can. Right now, we might have to flight by foul up there. I hope not. That sounds really annoying. What's your favorite Roanoke? The one about parasitic fast-growing vines? I don't know if I know that one. How do I make him aggro, though? Do I have to do the flight by foul to make him aggro? That didn't aggro him? That's really annoying. That's really annoying that you have to do the flight by foul. I gotta say, Nintendo, that's pretty annoying. Agatha deals with insects. A dude or dudette transforming into a wolf is probably fairly benign. That's the thing, is I don't think Agatha would care at all. Like, she would think that that's pretty, I don't want to flight by foul it. I want to not. There's a temple in Central America filled with vines, but the surrounding land is burned and salted to keep the vines from escaping. Sounds like evil magic. Yeah, there's a Poe over here. That'll put us... How... Wait, what are... 10 out of 19 in Lake Hylia? So... Interesting. Isn't there 60 total? Interesting. According to the guide, we can get 29 so far. When it feels an animal burn and grows throughout their bodies. Disgusting, gross. It'd be cool if some characters know it consistently and react to it, like how some... Yeah, that would be pretty neat. I agree with that. I think that that would be pretty cool. I'm kind of sad it is not the case, because Midna is like, no, you're gonna freak them out! It's like, you don't know that. They might be chill with it. You don't know. They might be chill with it. Yeah, that'd be it. I think Russell would not be cool with it. He'd probably be like, what? Link? My protege has been a monster the whole time? I think that he'd be a narc. Russell would be a narc, unfortunately. That's another Poe. I mean, we don't need to get the 4th bottle yet. But it's gonna bother me if I don't. It's just Poe hunting's kind of boring. There's so many of them. Why does there need to be 60 Poes in this game? You got Postal. We only need 2 more. You think Oil Guy would be like, man, weird things. That would be nice. That would be nice. I would like some character interaction with it. Agatha would also be cool with it. I think the Oil Man would be pretty cool with it. He doesn't seem to scare by wolves very much. Oh, the animals can react to it. They'll keep your secret. Did you miss the mailman? I think you missed him like twice. He has appeared like twice or thrice on this stream. He has been here a few times. Unfortunately for you. Alright. Hello? Interesting. Okay. There's a whole thing back here, huh? I don't know if I've ever found this in the base Twilight Princess game without the help of that guy. You asked a guy at the gas station a candid question. This won't affect whether I buy this sandwich or not, but on a scale of 1 to 10, how good is this? Did he say like 2? Yeah, I did not know this was back here. This is very interesting, actually. But that should be another completed heart container. He said solid 6. That's good. For gas station food, a solid 6 is really good. You're gonna want your solid 6. Yeah, see, the problem with this one is that this guide has a lot of stamps. And stamps are not in this game. We already did that. Oh, there's a... Is that in this game? There are so many stamps. It was hungry and it was chicken cheeseburger with barbecue sauce. That's really good. That's really good. Solid 6. Anything above 4 is for gas station food is worth consideration. Amen. Amen. Hard agree. Hard agree. Anything above a 4 is worth considering. There's like treasure chest down there. They also have pork tenderloins. Those are rated the best in the state. You rated it an 8? Ooh, that's like real. There are some like gas stations with really good food. There was this one gas station that was in my college town that you know, it was a 24-hour gas station, and it would have, you could go there and get like these wings. It would be like $5 for 20 or 30 of them. And yeah, they were probably just wings that you could get like frozen in bulk at like a Sam's Club. You get like 200 of them for $20, and then you'd sell like, you know, 20 of them for $5, and you can get like a little bit of a profit back. But they were so good for like a starving college student. I freaking loved them. And then that gas station was unfortunately bought out by a company, and its food quality dropped sharply. I was so sad. It was so good to walk at like 3 in the morning over to this gas station to get a bunch of wings and like an 89-cent soda that was bigger than my head. It was like 44 ounces or something stupid like that. Oh man, so many late night study sessions were supplied by $5 wings and 89-cent like gallons of soda. Oh man, sad day, sad day. But, you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles. They got bought out. Okay. I mean, we only need 2 more pose. Yours was family run and then was sold and became a dumb 20 for a village, but it's nice to have. Yeah, that's the thing, is that 24/7 is actually nice to have, but 24/7 is also like sucks balls for anyone who actually has to work the 24/7. I prefer like a later shift or a night shift usually, But that's just because that's when I'm awake. That's when I'm most awake, is at nighttime and not during daytime. I am, Okay, we're looking for Pose, everyone. But it is sad for the person who has to work it, typically. Usually you get a lot of weirdos around that time. Me, I was the weirdo. But, you know, I don't count. Okay. I'm gonna forget to turn back to my... What does this do? Interesting. Huh. It gives us a statue that we can't do anything with. Can we, is there Pose in the center part that we haven't touched yet? Where are the other Pose? Where are the other Pose? I don't know what Pose I have and have not gotten. You need to sleep? Good night, good night. Thank you for saying hello. I hope that you have a wonderful rest. There's like 200 people in it total. Most of the dude working there should get 1 or 2 customers, if any. Now that's the thing, is that you can actually just kind of sit there and be. That's pretty good. I could get a lot of writing done if I, you know, worked a tiny night shift. But the thing is that you're like alone. You are alone. So you gotta be okay with that. Make sure to say hi to Maul and Icarus. Hi Maul, hi Icarus. What Icarus? Who's Icarus? Icarus from the Greek myth? Son of Daedalus? That Icarus? Or are we talking about a different Icarus? That's a commonly used name for things. Flew too close to the sun? One, two, three. Yeah, the Poe's supposed to be in the center here, right? I must have already gotten him. The Night Brother. Oh, I should have assumed. I didn't know there was a Night Brother named that. That's not a very Star Warsy name. Gotta say. That doesn't... Not a very Star Warsy name. Like, the Night Brothers and the Dathomirians and the Zabrak have the most, like, variation on who has what name, I feel like, in any of the Star Wars franchises. I feel like most of them do not have... There's not a lot of, like, name conformity, because I'm pretty sure Maul's name is Maul. Like, a lot of Darth guys will choose a different name when they become a Darth guy, but I'm pretty sure his name is Darth Maul, isn't it? Yeah, see, that's the thing. There's one named Scorn. One of them was named Savage Opress. And then, but like the girls, they have names like Asajj Ventress and stuff like that, which is a very Star Warsy name, but it doesn't follow the way that the guys are named after, like, committing sins and crimes. I want some name consistency, is basically what I'm saying. Vader didn't choose his name? Yeah, that's the thing, is that I'm pretty sure Maul is named Maul. I don't know if he was born with a different name. Savage was named Savage, was he not? Or did he have a different name before he became Savage? Let me look it up, actually, before I put my foot in my mouth. I'm pretty sure Asajj Ventress was always... Wah, wah, wah. He's brother of Maul and Farrell! No! He was born Savage Opress, and his brother was named Farrell. So, that's just the naming convention for male Zabrak, I suppose. Male Dathomirians get named a crime. And female Dathomirians get names like Asajj and Talzin. But I guess there's also a Dathomirian named Icarus, which doesn't match the established naming convention. I want some consistency, darn it! Because like in Halo, right? We can look at the naming convention for brutes and for elites, or for grunts and stuff like that. Their naming convention is attached to their culture, and you can keep track of what their names actually are in relation to that culture. Like Tel Vadam. Tel Vadam is named Tel Vadam. Tel is his given name. Vadam is the province he's from. When he was part of the Covenant, he was Tel Vadami, because the E part denotes military service specifically within the Covenant, right? And that's like Ratas Vadam. Ratas Vadam is the shipmaster. Ratas is his given name. Vadam is the province he's from, and he was known as Ratas Vadami when he was the shipmaster in the Covenant. Like, you can point, and that's their naming convention. That's how they do it. And then it's like for brutes, Tartarus. Before he was Tartarus, it's like, wait, that's a Greek place. Yes. And that's what he was named after, let's be honest. But before he was Tartarus, he was Tartar. Because in the brute naming society system of the brute society, you earn us after you pass your trial, after you pass your rite of passage and become an adult brute, become an adult Duralhane. So his name was Tartarus, and that's why you had characters like Brutus, but his name was Brut before he became Brutus. You're going to alert with sleep, but first I want to say I love you. Yeah, 2 pillows are pretty nice. I sleep with 2 pillows because I want my head to be raised off. Feral is such a cutie. Doesn't Savage kill him? Tel Vadam is the real OG though. This is correct. 1 is a wedge-shaped pillow that forces me into incline. 2nd is a medical-grade memory foam. Wow. Mine are both like old stained pillows that I think I had in college. I need to replace my pillows. But like, you know, see, like the naming is part of their culture. They really thought about how these aliens are going to be named. And the names follow that convention for every single brute and for every single elite. They follow that convention. So it bothers me when Star Wars is like, yeah, no, we have an entire culture, but names are not part of their culture. Names are a huge part of culture. You can learn a lot about a culture by how they name their children. You sometimes hug the memory, you fold it in half and sleep in halves. That's interesting. That's all to say that, like... Ow! I don't get the Dathomirian naming convention. It confuses and upsets me, obviously. Ow! Star Wars is really good at coming up with, like, Star Wars names. Does that make sense? That's probably like a non-statement, but you know what I mean. You listen to a Star Wars name and you go, dang, that's a good Star Wars name. Han Solo is a good Star Wars name. Adi Gallia is a good Star Wars name. You go, yep, that's a Star Wars character. That's a Star Wars character if I've ever heard one. Savage was forced by Asajj to kill Feral. He was forced to do it. He still did it because of the rage. Well, yes. I mean, that's the thing, is that, like, that's Dathomirian society. He was supposed to be Asajj Ventress's mate, quote unquote. But boy Link flopping around like that on the board must hurt. I mean, it probably hurt girl Link just as much to flop around on the board like that. Queen Amidala. Yeah, Padme Amidala. That is a good Star Wars name. Did you know? This is a fun fact about Padme Amidala. Padme Amidala was played By, what's her name? Natalie Portman. But do you know who else played Padme Amidala? Oh, what's her name? Sorry, I'm blanking on both their name. Because she was also played... she was a big actress at the time. It was really funny. She was like a... I saw it on the stupid IMDb. I saw it on the stupid credits. I can't believe I'm blanking on her name. I can't believe I'm blanking on her name. She played Elizabeth Swann. Was Natalie Portman's stunt double. Brian Blessed played Boss Nass, if you guys want to know that. Brian Blessed. Oh, what's her name? Keira Knightley. Keira Knightley was one of Padme's... You named your Foxglove? She's based off the Foxglove plant? What do you think of your... I don't know anything about your Night Sister OC named Foxglove. I think it also doesn't follow the naming convention. I think it also doesn't follow the naming convention of the Night Sisters. But I don't know anything about your Night Sister OC named Foxglove. That's my immediate knee-jerk reaction, is that it doesn't follow the naming convention. Technically, she played the character Sabe. She played the character Sabe. But Sabe was played by Keira Knightley, and Sabe is like the fake queen. I think that that is so funny that Keira Knightley was in Star Wars the Phantom Menace, and she doesn't even remember being in it. Like she was jump scared by it in an interview. No thanks. Okay, let me see if I can find two easy to get pose. Let me see if I can get two easy to get pose. It looks like we're gonna have to flight by foul, my friends. We're gonna have to flight by foul, my friends, to get those pose. Pose souls are probably going to be a hard thing because I'm not going to remember. You always love the scene of the fake queen reveal, and episode was less time the real queen and more of a major treason thing. But Padme knew how to get out of that specific situation. No, she was, so, like, that was... She is the actual queen of Naboo. Naboo has a really weird government structure, so this is the actual lore of Naboo. I don't know if you know this, but the thing about Naboo is that, literally that because he named characters after plants or food, so I gave her the name Foxglove. You can't think, even though that was the name. I mean, like, yeah, I understand. You name all your characters after. I already know that. But I'm saying is that it doesn't follow the naming conventions established in the lore. That's what I'm saying. Is that, yes, I know that you name all your characters after plants or food. But what I'm saying is that the characters in the lore are not named after plants or food. So, like, I understand you do this, but, and I don't mean to skip messages, like, that's not the intention, but there is a lot of people talking every now and then, and also I'm trying to track threads of what I'm doing, because I'm also looking at the guide, and I also have a wiki open, and I also am playing the video game, And I'm also tracking like 3 or 4 conversation threads. So I apologize if I skip your message. It's not intentional. I don't mean to do so. But it will happen from time to time. Yeah, see, that's the thing, is that you don't care about naming rules. I care about naming rules. You can name your character Foxglove. I'm not saying that you can't do that. That's fine. You are allowed, but you asked for my opinion, and I gave you my opinion. So, you don't care about naming rules. I care about naming rules. That's fine. That's totally okay. But, like, I'm gonna say, hey, the name doesn't follow the convention as established in the lore. But that's fine. You're getting iffy again? I'm sorry. You're allowed to be iffy. I mean, like, I think it's funny to ask someone for their opinion and then get pissed off that they gave you an opinion. I mean, I don't mean to make fun. I am not trying to make fun. That is not my intention. That's not my goal. I just like that as a situation. That is funny to me. But that's not my intention. I'm not trying to make fun, and I'm not trying to make you angry. But that is really funny to be like, hey, what do you think of this? Oh, this is what I think of this. That pisses me off. You shouldn't think that. Bye-bye. Have a good night. Sleep well. Rest well. See you later. Making you focus. Go for the top one for money. Yeah, but I didn't do the, I didn't do the spinny thing. I'm really here for the Poe. I'm really here for the Poe. Yeah, I can only process so many things at once. I sometimes surprise myself at how many threads I'm able to pull. But, like, of course, at the end of the day, I'm only one person. And it is indeed my stream. And I try to keep as many people, like, involved as possible. I missed, guys. I missed hard. But I was here for this anyways. Yeah, it is, but it's easier if you cheat. It's easier to go for it without cheating, but it is easier if you cheat. Or it's possible to go for it without cheating, but it is easier if you cheat. Oh, I do need to get that Flight by Tal one. Okay. I think names are something of a special interest to me. I care a lot about names. Names are fascinating because you can learn so much about what a culture values by what they choose to name their children, right? Especially because a lot of cultures back when child mortality rates were really high would name their children ugly things because they thought that child mortality was caused by like spirits or monsters or like yokai and stuff like that. So a lot of children were named really ugly things because they thought that spirits and fae would be turned off from taking a child with an ugly name. You were named after Rockstar? No, you don't want to say it. Don't want to dox yourself. You do not have to say anything you don't want to say. You do not have to dox yourself. You are totally okay not saying anything you don't want to say on stream. Technically 2 Rockstars, first and middle name. That's kind of cool, though. That's kind of cool. I was stuck with, like, a stupid biblical name. And that's what's really annoying, is that, like, this one is another one that goes underneath, right? Okay, cool. Cool. We need to go this one again. Thanks, man. Give me my dark chicken. I want this chicken. Yep, we need to go there. Do you see the Poe? And we'll be able to get our tiers, and then we'll probably end for tonight. After we get the 4th bottle, so that we can start the Gerudo Desert. That will be our goal. Whoop. Very good. Okay. Can't skip. Oh god. Hi. Hello. Okay, this is a way to get a lot of money from what I have ran. Okay. Is that all of them, or is that most of them? Nope, that's all of them. Also, what do the... Yeah, let's see what they say. I haven't checked, unfortunately. I bet the one that I used to fly over here won't say anything. Nice, 100 rupees. That's an interesting grotto. There are some interesting wolf grottos in this game, aren't there? Just out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, there's this wolf. Or this chicken, not a wolf. That looks a little bit too far to fly. Interesting. Alright, let's, warp. I think that's 20. We'll get our next bottle. And then we'll probably call it for tonight. Alright. I mean, that's pretty good collecting. That's pretty good collectathoning, if I say so myself. That's a bunch of stuff. That is a bunch of stuff that we... Oh, hi, guys. Bye, guys. That is a bunch of stuff that we did not have before. And now we do have. As is, the point of collecting things. I'm excited. I like this video game a lot, guys. I must say. Oh! I probably should. Oh, I've been enjoying milk this entire time. I have been enjoying milk this entire time. There he goes. Oh, you did it! I can move again! This is all thanks to you, right? Oh, I have to thank you. Will this do? This will indeed do. I wonder how he got Great Fairy Tears. Ah ha ha! I hear you can get this stuff in a cave on the western edge of the Gerudo Desert too. But my body is still golden. Does this mean my soul is still not whole? That's strange. Maybe we need the souls of 60 ghosts. Can I ask another favor of you, doggy? Can you defeat more ghosts? I guess so. Hi. Say, you're the one who fixed my master up, right? I owe you. My name's Gangle. I'm the leader of the cats outside. Well, well. Now that I can move, maybe I should go outside and breathe some fresh air. Indubitably. That was a neat sound. What sound? Let me change, woman. Let me change, woman. Okay, fine. Is there, because, like, but there's nobody out here. You let me change here before. Why are you being a stickler for it now? Where was I that she allowed me to change? That's so sad. That is literally so sad. I'm gonna throw myself off a bridge. I changed there before, though. I did it. I must have done it somehow.
I like picking stuff up, but I hate stone pavement because it makes my paws hurt. No one understands that.
Sorry. Poor doggy. Yeah, these are such brave Hylian guards. They're so good. Alright, I think that is gonna be what we do. That's what we're gonna be doing tonight. I hope everybody had fun. I did. Thank you so much for coming in to watch. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties in the middle of the stream where we just suddenly disconnected for no good reason. But, hey, I'm talking to my audience. Jerk. We're gonna call it here, and then I'll be back tomorrow night. Does everybody feel like that's a good idea? Because I feel like that's a good idea. Alright. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching. I hope you had a good time. I always do when you come in to say hello. And we will be back tomorrow night, and I'll have more scheduling information for you as to what's going on for the next, like, week or so after we get to the Gerudo Desert. Alright, good night, everybody. Good night.